For some reason the audio didn't record on this. So this is Hawkins with Chickenhawkfarmstead, and today we're putting in our through the wall kit for our stovepipe chimney here. You can see I already got that up there. I got a little hole in the center, went ahead and drilled out, and now I got to get the kit put on, and hopefully everything will go pretty smooth and simple. We're gonna have to do some modifications to the outside, so we'll see how that goes, and we'll be right back. So here's a piece right here. This is going to be the inside part, and then the flat square part on the other side is the outside. See how they slide together, and basically just hold your pipe right there in the middle of your double wall or triple wall pipe, I guess, and goes right there. Now this is a 6-inch for a 6-inch pipe, and then the outer diameter of the double wall pipe that I have is 8 inches, so it adds an inch to each side. And then this thing total is 13 from one side to the other. So I'm gonna have to put a 13-inch hole right through there. You can see where I went ahead and that's gonna be my center there. It's not quite where this comes up, so I'm gonna have to trim this pipe, I guess. But that's gonna be easier to move that than try to put that right where it needs to be, because it'll be going through that 2x4 there. That's part of the building, so that won't work. So I'm gonna go find that hole on the outside and measure 6.5 inches up, down, left and right off of it, and that should give us a pretty close hole. And I'll show you how I plan on cutting this thing. Well, I asked a couple places on the internet what would be the best tool for this, and it needed to be, you know, something I at least had or had access to easily. Somebody said like a nibbler and stuff like that, which those are more specialty tools that I don't have, and I'm just cutting one circle. I'm not going to be doing a lot of cutting on something this size. So that's one of the ones they suggested was a jigsaw here with some metal blades. So I borrowed this from my brother-in-law. That's one of the very few tools I don't have. It's a jigsaw. Well, I have one, but I have a cheap one, and it's in storage, I guess, somewhere, and I can't find it. So I brought his, and we got some Bosch metal blades we're going to throw on there, and hopefully it makes pretty quick work of that. But we'll find out here in just a minute. We'll go outside and mark my spots, and I'll see if I can get some footage of cutting and see how this thing does. Alright, on this right here, I already got my hole drilled in the middle, and I'm measuring 6.5 inches to each side. I did the top and bottom, left and right, and I'm going, that's a 45 of each, and getting to where the outside of my circle is to be, just going around just kind of tracing it. I'm doing a video. Alright, so I went and started out by measuring up and down and left and right and stuff, as you saw. And then I got this traced around with a marker. It's still not going to be perfect because the ridges and stuff are going to make it a little difficult. But this is going to get close enough, and then we'll see how snug it is and go back and forth and kind of cut it out a little bit more at a time after that. So we'll get started. I was talking to the viewers. The camera's right here. Afro, gloves, get started. Alright, did it work? Yeah, that worked really fast and cut it real easy. And I was slinging metal, I'm covered in metal shavings now, so that part sucked. Definitely can't do that without eyeglass or some kind of eye protection, because that would be horrific. And yeah, you want to make sure you got a really good handle on that thing, because A, it wanted to run away from me, and then when you're sitting there trying to go in a circle like that, you know, I went to let go at the end, and it's about upside down. So yeah, so it definitely worked, and that cut it as easy as can be. But yeah, definitely I'm covered in, like I said, metal shavings now, so that part kind of sucks. But we're gonna check it out, and hopefully we get a fit first time go. Let's find out. First time go, I'll take that. This is actually the inside part, so I got to pull that back out. But yeah, that's awesome. I'll take it. Next to this next space. Yeah, you can be with me. Hi, viewers.
Hi, viewers.
Are you going to help out on this project?
No, I'm just going to look.
Oh, you're going to look at it? All right, go up there and check it out. See what you think. All right, so I got the piece on the inside put in. This is the outside, and you can see with the ridges, of course, it's going to be sticking out away from the building. But, you know, that is what it is. I mean, the windows, everything's like that on these kind of buildings. I'll just go back around it with some foam, whatever that stuff's called. You know, the expandable foam stuff on the outside, and some caulking or whatever. Actually, I'll probably pull that off and put a bead on the inside and then put the foam on. But I'll show you what we got on the inside real quick. All right, here we go on the inside. You can see there, I kind of framed it out. The two long ones here and here, I ran them all the way across, and I snugged them up to the edge. So I'd already put the collar in. And that way I knew I could get the depth of the collar right on the inside as well. That's actually, I'm going to screw it to those boards there. And then across here, I ran them and then had to kind of, it's called pigeon toe or whatever, the screws in from the outside to the inside kind of thing. So that's what we got right now. We got to get our stuff going and see what we can do. One of the problems that a lot of people have is we're coming out the wall there, and I have a 1 foot overhang, and of course I'm not going through that overhang. It's not big enough, and that just seems kind of ridiculous. But these are not made to do that. So here's my solution. I've seen I got it from another guy that I follow on Instagram, and basically I'm building a giant shelf bracket. Those are 2 foot angle. I think it's 14 gauge, and then I just put a bolt in each one. And then the idea is to put that up there and then connect that to the shelf, and it's going to kind of sit on there, and hopefully that will give me enough hangover, because the pipe goes to the bottom. You'll see it by the end of the video. And then we'll hopefully come out right around 14 inches or so and go straight up, and then I'll buckle and hook the chimney right there to the outside of the edge of the overhang. So I don't know if it's going to work yet, and I don't know if that's going to be strong enough, but I believe it should be, because I'm looking at only having to hold up I guess maybe 100 pounds or so, and I got pretty good confidence that that's going to be more than capable of that. So this back end will be mounted to the wall, and then of course the shelf will be coming out. So alright, well, I'm going to get to finish building the other side of that, get it mounted up, and then we'll see how it looks. This part here was pretty tricky, because going up it with this, I'd say it weighs probably about 30-40 pounds, and lifting it above the head, yeah, you can see there, it kind of fell back on me a couple times. Didn't help that I'm scared of heights to begin with, but finally got it up there and trying to get it in place to lock in, and getting the bracket where I need it, so that way I can screw that bracket in. Wasn't, like I said, the easiest thing, but got it done. I would suggest probably having somebody hold the ladder when you're doing this would be a good idea, or I guess I could have put my ladder up a little higher, and yeah, had a better advantage there. But once again, not the fondest of heights. So went and checked to see how sturdy it was after I got the first screw in there, and then come down. And now since that's where I want it, these parts down here, went ahead and put in some of the self-tapping screws, screw that into those wood boards there, and hold everything else in the place. Then I went up the other side and got the other side of that top bracket. So got that done. We'll move on to the next step. Here's a little bit better look at what we got going on here. So we got the brackets here. Those are screwed to it on the back side. And then, like I said, they're basically like shelving brackets. And then I came on in here. And now, because of the ridge along like the square plate here, so I had snugged it up to that, but it wasn't quite close enough. So I had to get, those are just, I want to say part of a deck board. So 5/8 thick. But I think a 2x4 would work as well. Doesn't have to be perfect, just pretty close. And then you can see underneath I've screwed it to that board there, and that's what's sitting on top. And then from the top down, I put screws in as well. And those are the self-tapping sheet metal screws. And so there you go. Pretty good look at it. That's how I end up coming here, because I would have liked, and this even is flexed out some. You can see where it's a little bit closer than this one is. And that's because of that ridge here. So, I mean, these things, you can do as best you can to make everything symmetrical. But when those ridges get in the way, and then you're going from inside to outside, and if you can't see the ridges, yeah, there's a lot of variables with this. So, and I don't think it's perfectly straight. But, you know, smoke's going to go up it. So, it's going to work. I'm happy with it. It is what it is. But like I said, it's going to work, and it's going to make heat in the shop, you know, what it should be. I do plan on doing, having something come out from here and meeting with that bracket here to ensure that up. But it's pretty stable as it is there, the way these interlock. So there's that part, and we'll move along. There's what we got on the inside. And like I said, I got to make those match, but that's probably going to be another video. Spray foam on the inside of there, and screw those to that board, of course, you know. Oh, and I had to put some boards underneath this insulation here and hold it. That's why this bracket's across here bracing it, so that way when I was screwing from that side in, it caught that kept from pushing the wood out. This actually held it in. So yeah, so I could screw into those pieces of wood, but I got this extra insulation here, so that's why I couldn't really get to that as easy as I wanted to. I had to cut a little slit, let's see, right across here, and then tuck it down inside. But that's going to be it for this part. That's probably what most people are looking for going through the wall and extended it out past the eave. That's how I did it. Is it the code? I don't know. Is it going to work? Yes. This isn't a garage, so you know, I know it's not going to burn the garage down. That's the main thing. And the smoke's going to go out. So I guess that's the other main thing. Don't burn the place down and get the smoke out so we don't die of carbon dioxide poisoning, right? That's it for now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check back later, and I'll have this thing hopefully fully hooked up here soon and get a video out on that, because I got to cut that pipe down a little and get them the match. That's it for now. Have a good one.